Hey, my beautiful people, thanks so much for tuning in to the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. I am your host, ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator, and we are going through the 15 Laws of Invaluable Growth by John C. Maxwell. 15 laws. And we're on law number 7, Law of Design, and we're going to be talking about today how to create the blueprint for your life, how to create the blueprint for your life. So quick recap, law number 1 was the law of intentionality. This is a law where you want to know where you are going. You want to know where you're going so you can get there. Law number 2, the law of awareness. Be aware of your surroundings and be aware of those that are ahead of you that could be your mentors to help pull you up. Law number 3, law of the mirror. What do you see when you look in the mirror? The man in the mirror, hopefully when you look in the mirror, you see great, you see awesome. Law number 4, law of reflection. This is where you want to learn how to pause. Take a pause throughout your day, capture moments, and learn through those moments as well. Law of reflection. Law number 5, law of consistency. Consistent action breeds success. Consistent action breeds success. It may not happen on the first time, but I can guarantee you, if you be consistently doing it, repeating it over and over and over again, eventually you're going to get the attention that you deserve. And you're going to also get the response that you're looking for. Law number 6, the law of the environment. This is what we talked about last week. Are you producing an environment that's conducive to growth? This show is all about you growing, and we dare you to grow. So now we're on law number 7, the law of design, designing your very own life. And so here's the deal, guys. Oops. Let me scroll down a little bit. I get the law of design. It says like this. Jim Rohn said this. He says, come on, law of design. He says, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. So you want to take control of your own life by designing your life plan. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We got our lovely co-host here today, Mr. Pat. How are you?
I am phenomenal. But I'm getting better.
Getting even better than phenomenal. So in case you guys don't know, I know we got someone that's here for the first time. This is not a me show. It's a we show. So if you ever feel like you want to jump into the seat, you got something to share, maybe something inspired you, feel free to jump into the seat. Let's get this show on the road. So yesterday we talked about how life is very simple. But keeping it that way can be difficult. We also talked about designing your life is more important than designing your career. Do you spend more time developing yourself than you do on your job? If you spend more time on yourself, working on yourself than you do working on your job, you're going to find yourself having a phenomenal life. And in turn, you'll see yourself having a phenomenal career. Most people are trying to work on their career, but they forget to work on themselves. And what we found is that if you work on yourself more than you work on your job, then you'll start to attract the things that you really want. You'll start to attract the desires of your heart when you work more on yourself than you do on your job. Now we're going to be talking about moving into the next point that John had to say was that life is not a dress rehearsal. And he said it like this. He said, there's no warm up for life, no dress rehearsal. Yet that's the way many people seem to be treating it. Each of us goes on stage cold with no preparation, and we have to figure it out along the way. That can be messy. We fail, we make mistakes, but we still need to give it our best from the very start. Then he went on to say this, and this is what I found very interesting. He said they did a poll of 70-year-old executives, and they asked them, they said, well, if you could go back and live your life over again, what would you do differently? Now, here are the 8 things that they said that they would do differently. They said, number 1, they said that if I could go back and live my life over again, this is a 70-year-old executive. He said, well, the number 1 answer was, I should have taken charge of my life and set my goals earlier. I should have taken charge of my life and set my goals earlier. So ask yourself this, guys. If someone who's 70 years old is saying, hey, man, when I look back over my life, here's the number 1 thing that most of them said that they would go back and change is that they would take charge of their life and they would set their goals earlier. Pat.
Well, and sadly, the biggest regret is always the stuff we don't do. How many of us really regret the stuff we did do? You know, because if we did it, we learned from it. Even if it failed, we learned something. We learned from it. So if you talk to anybody that has any age or wisdom on them, almost all their regrets in life are for stuff they didn't do.
Stuff that they didn't do, man. So imagine that, guys. They're telling us, they're giving us some clues. The elders of our life can give us some clues on some things that we might need to pay attention to. Now, here was the other answer. They said number two, the number two answer from all of these executives that were interviewed, these 70-year-old executives said, I would have taken better care of my health. I would have taken better care of my health. So ask yourself, because this is the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy show, are you taking better care of your health? God, that's the thing that is wealth right there. And when you have health, you have wealth. I mean, that's going to that's going to help you to have a longer life. Taking care of your health. Number three, they said that I would have managed my money better. Oh my goodness. This is the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy show. And we're talking about managing your money better. Are you saying to yourself, listening to these elders that have been here, lived here, done this thing, they're saying I would have managed my money better. What about you? Are you saying that, you know what, I'm going to take a stand where I'm going to start to manage my money better? I don't want to get to 70 years old and look back and say, I wish I would have managed my money better. Get to 70 years old and say, I wish I would have took care of my health. We got the option to start this process or continue this process right now. Number four, they said, I would have spent more time with my family. I would have spent more time with my family. And as I think about this, guys, if this is truly important to you, then you will spend more time in that area. You spend more time and you will spend more money in that area. I know I need to spend more time with my family. I got some people that are getting older. I want to spend more time with them. I don't know when they last days will be here, but I want to make sure that I spent enough time with them. I've extracted enough wisdom from them, and I've given them a whole bunch of love while they're still here on the earth. What about you? Are you saying that I might, you know what, I need to spend more time with my family? Pat.
Well, and what is your life? And think about it. What is your life? Your life is relationships. Everything in life is based on relationships. People aren't happy at work. Why? Because the relationship they have with people they work with at work. People are unhappy at home. Why? Because it's the relationships. Everything in life comes back to your relationships. All business is based on relationship. So how do you build a relationship when you're at work, you're thinking about the problems at home? And when you're at home, you're thinking about the problems at work. And wherever you are, you're not there. Try to build a relationship wherever you are, be there. And whoever you're with, be with them. Connect.
Absolutely, man. Don't be at work thinking about your problems at home. Don't be at home thinking about your problems at work. Be there. Be there. Hey, so number five was I would have spent more time on personal development. Wow. The Wealthy, Healthy, Happy show aligning with I would have spent more time on personal development. Number six, I would have had more fun. I would have had more fun. Again, this is a survey that went out to 70-year-old and above executives, and here are some of their regrets that they had in life. Number seven, I would have planned my career better. So the first one was I would have set my goals earlier. Now they get into I would have planned my career better. Maybe they found themselves doing something for 50-something years that they really didn't have a passion to do. They just did it because it paid the bills. You would have planned your career better. And then number eight, I would have given more back. They realized that I can't take all this with me. So why not give some of it back? And why not try to give as much of it back as possible to replenish the earth? So those are the 8 things that this survey went out, and 70-year-old executives, that was their response, man. So be there. Be there when you are in the midst of your people. But hey, maybe some of these things speak to you. Maybe you're saying, hey, I need to check this area. I need to check this area. I need to check this area. Well, here's the good news, guys. You can fix it today. All you got to do is make a decision and do something different with this information, because maybe you don't want to be like these 70-year-old gentlemen and women looking back saying, hey, I want to make sure I have none of these regrets. Maybe your regrets are going to be something else, but you don't want to have none of these regrets. Pat.
Well, it's interesting that they started with, I would have set the goals, and here's a list of what you set your goals about.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to set the goal first. And by the way, family, relationship, spending time on self-development, having fun. You know, I remember years ago when my kids were little, and now they're kind of grown out of the house. and I took them to Disney, right? The big family vacation, finally saved up for, took them to Disney. I spent 4 days in Disney on 2 different cell phones. I was at Disney.
But you wasn't at Disney.
But I was at work. And I was doing tech support for people in 5 different states, literally. And I was on the phone 4 days, walking around Disney, watching my kids get on rides.
How did that make you feel? Or when you look back on it, I guess.
Well, more importantly, how did it make them feel?
Because how did it make them feel?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because that's the reality is, and like I said, when you're there, be there, wherever there is. And the problem is when you're in a fast-paced environment, a fast-paced business structure, it's easy to get swept up in it.
Yeah.
But is that really the best for you? Is it really the best for the others in that environment? The reality is, if we learn from what we're studying here, if you take the pause and you actually are aware, then you can be a lot more productive and happy. And again, your life is all based on relationships, right? The people quit their job not because of money. That's like number 6 down the list.
Yeah.
Number 1 reason people quit their job is the relationship they have with their immediate supervisor.
Yep.
That's why people leave their work. That's why people quit their job. So if you're in a supervisory position and you're having problems keeping employees, you are the problem.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think that corporate America understands that. They continue to just put people in to fill a spot versus finding the right person, even if it takes a little longer. So here's the deal, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy Show. We're talking about designing or creating the blueprint for your life, designing your own life. This is not a me show, it's a we show. So the seats are open for anyone that may want to share something or something that inspires you. You want to add something to the conversation. Now, everybody in the comments below, I want you to put be there. In the comments below, I want you to put be there. We're going to sit on this topic for just a little bit because I understand that many of us get so busy, or we are such high achievers, we get moved with so much stuff that we forget that we need to be there. And so I know that there's plenty of people who can never put the phone down, who can't turn social media off, who can't get away from the cyber world in order to be involved in their real world. Be there. Be there with your children when your children are around. Be there with your spouse when your spouse is around. Be there at your work when you are at work. Be there having fun when you are having fun. Be there at the kitchen table when it's time to eat dinner. Be there. Here's the deal, guys. You only live once. But if you work it right, once is enough. That's what Fred Allen says. You only live once, but if you work it right, once is enough. I remember having this conversation with someone because when you're younger, I think that you continue to chase money. It's like, I got to get this money. I got to get this money. I got to get this money. And in that chase for money, you forego building some of the relationships that you need. The only relationship that you build is with money. And we know that money can come and go at any point in time. So you find yourself on a roller coaster of life because you're chasing money instead of building relationships. And if you build relationships, then money will actually come because you're building people versus trying to build a financial fortune that comes from building people. You can't build a fortune by yourself. The pyramids of Egypt weren't built by themselves. It was built by people. People are your capital if you learn how to build those relationships. And so I don't know, man, but I know that some of us are so productive. We're such high achievers. We're moving so fast. We're capitalizing on every moment of time, but are we capitalizing on every moment that we have with people? I tell people all the time, no matter how busy I am, I'll make time for you. I got a friend right now that's incarcerated, and he hit me up yesterday. I stopped what I was doing just to be there for him. Even though it was on text, I was there just for him because I didn't know where he may be in his head or in his space, whatever he's going on. I told him simply, I said, you're not alone, brother. You're not alone. You can call me anytime. We can talk anytime. I'm going to try to make time to come visit you, whatever we got to do until you get out. Because you need to know that there's people here that love you regardless of whatever your situation is. Be there for people, man. I don't know. We got to sit here for just a minute because we need to make sure that we're there for our family. We need to make sure that we're there for ourselves. How many people run so fast, they don't even have time for themselves? They don't even make time for themselves. They don't make time to look in the mirror. They don't make the time to reflect. And basically what they're saying is, I'm not going to make the time to grow. I'm going to be stuck in this cycle, walking this thing out each and every day, same thing, different day. And I'm telling you, you can change that narrative at any point in time that you decide, when you decide to grow, when you decide to be there in every situation that you find yourself in. Pat.
Well, and it's important to realize when you look at these 8 things they said, none of them said, I needed to make more money. Okay. And these are executives. So they had kind of hit that wealthy, but maybe not rich, but they hit the wealthy. Now the question was, were they really healthy and were they really happy? And they basically said, that's where we missed it. Where we missed it is we should have worked on our health and our personal stuff, and we should have helped our family and spent more time and done better relationships. What people really want at the end of it is to be happy. And to be happy will help you be healthy. And to be happy and healthy, you can be wealthy with that. You can be wealthy with friends. You know, you can be wealthy in security and not necessarily be rich. So, you know, there's a difference between the love of money and the use of money, right? So it's very important that we are happy, which helps the others happen.
Yes.
That is relationships. That is, how do you deal with other people in your life and as you come around in the world? And, you know, as we go out every single day, do we start with that positive so as we can help others? Because, I mean, life isn't easy. For a lot of people, life isn't easy. But it's a lot easier when you run around people that have a smile on their face, that they know kind of where they're going, you know, that they have a plan, they're not running around lost, that they're calm no matter what happens because they realize what's happening at the moment is not the goal. What's happening at the moment is just a hiccup in the road, a bump in the road. You know, I got a bigger plan than this. You know, I dropped something, big deal, big deal. You know, we're building a whole house. I dropped a 2x4, big deal. It's not that critical. And you get that way because you have a bigger vision. So as you go out and put a smile on your face every morning, you make everyone around you understand and feel better. And then your environment's better. You're actually building your own environment. And it starts with you. One of the things we learned at church Sunday is if you have a problem, start with, what do you have? Start with you.
Absolutely, man. And so, you know, we always kind of go, hey, Vaden, how you doing? We always kind of go off script again. This is not the me show, it's the we show. Feel free to join the seat and chime in with your thoughts. So here's the deal, guys. For some reason, staying in this word of happy, I think we want to talk about this for just a moment. So we're talking about law of design. We're talking about growing. We're talking about, when we talk about designing our own life, we're designing a happy life. Now, there's 2 things I got from what Pat just said. Number one, we don't just have to wait till this morning's show to be happy. We can be happy all day long. Obviously, we're setting the tone. But I was under a situation yesterday. Some amazing things were happening. I want to know if you guys have experienced this. Some amazing things happened yesterday. I was on fire. I was like, yes, right? Then I looked at my phone and I was like, who can I call to share this positive experience with? And, you know, it took me a while to find that person that I could just call and share some positivity with, because, you know, there's certain people, you know, they're not going to really get excited with you. They're going to bring you down. I had to go through all those people and just be like, nope, can't call you. And that's bad, that I had to literally look at my phone and try to figure out who can I call to share positive news with. Now, it would have been easy if something bad was going on. something, something that I didn't necessarily like. And if I had some misery to share, I could have called about 80% of the people. They'd be like, oh, they would have wanted to hear it. But I was like, who can I call to share this great news with? And I had a hard time finding that person. Why am I saying this, guys? Because I recognize that in life, if you want to be happy, all right, I'm going to give you the secret right now. It's not really a secret, but I'm going to give you the secret that's worked in my life. If you want to have a happy life, you want to design a happy life, here's what I want you to do. I want you to, every day, I want you to focus on the 99 things that are going right instead of the one thing that is going wrong. The people that are sad, have a bad disposition, they're walking around depressed because they're focusing on the one thing that's going wrong or going bad or that they see as bad as going on in their life. They choose not to focus on the 99 things that are going great. That one thing can get us messed up. And I'm saying I made a decision in my life. I wasn't going to focus on the one. I was going to focus on the 99. Mr. Beatles.
Hey, what's going on, wealthy, healthy, happy people? It's a beautiful day, and somebody out there in wealthy, healthy, happy land better get happy today, man. This topic about happiness, man, is something that's near and dear to my heart, and the reason why is simply, man, like if there's hope, if there's always a problem to solve, if there's always an opportunity to share a good idea or to be friendly or to provide a smile, man, there's no reason to be unhappy. You know what I mean? Like it's truly the disposition. It's everything is always going my way. And I love what Pat was saying, man. He was like, man, I love to be around people that are just happy. And I find throughout the day, I can tell what my disposition is throughout the day, simply by how many people come in and out of my office. You know, when I'm really on that high, I'm fired up. I'm all around the office. It's almost like a moth to a flame, man. Like I have a line outside of my door, simply because I love what I'm doing, man. And when you find that peace, you find all the little intangibles that seem to click. It makes you get up in the morning, and it makes you feel really good about what it is that you're doing, and you smile just because, man. They're like, why do you smile so much? They hit me with that in the office all the time. Mr. Beatles, why are you always smiling all the time? You walk around just smiling. I said, it's just on the inside. I can't even put it all into words, but it's just, man, I feel good. I know where we're going. I'm on the Wealthy, Healthy, Happy show every single morning, man. This is the #1 marketplace for growing people. I mean, like, why would you not smile? When you know where you're going, it's easy to put the smile on your face.
Mm-hmm. Miss Veda, thanks so much.
What's up, Miss Veda?
Hi, y'all. I just woke up like 10 minutes ago.
I can't tell.
I haven't been on in like a week. So I was like, when I got on, I just got a quick story for y'all. Life been crazy. I got this event that sold out on Friday. So I'm ecstatic about that.
Oh.
So, yes. So prior to this moment, my life just been going crazy. I was unemployed. My unemployment ran out in December. I've been trying to find a job. Bills is building up. Mortgage due. Car payments due. It's just been I just felt like I was in a bunny hole. And I felt like I couldn't let that negative energy get me down. And I know I had a lot going on with the poetry event, but at the same time, I got bills coming in. Still gotta, pay a couple of the artists. It was just getting crazy. And I just can't just say, stay in a positive mindset. And as hard as that was to do, I had like 4 job offers last week. My event, it got sold out, and things just went from hectic to crazy to like, I feel like I'm on top of the world right now. And I gotta say that positive energy, people don't understand. People feel like, oh, it's just a cliche. It's really not. When your mindset is positive, no matter what's going on, big things is nothing. It's little. Like I was getting foreclosure notices for my mortgage, and I was like, I ain't gonna trip. I ain't gonna trip. The car note people been calling me. I said I ain't gonna trip. I ain't gonna trip. And in a matter of days, everything just turned around. I don't know how. I don't question it. The universe is doing its thing. People need to let the universe do its thing. Y'all need to connect with the universe. If y'all understand what that means, y'all better get with it. It's real. Like it's real. I'm not saying this just to be saying it. It is so real. And y'all guys, y'all platform that y'all have, I don't think I would be in this mindset if it wasn't for this platform. And it's awesome. That's all I wanted to say.
It's no show today. We are in full support of what you're doing. We didn't know all of this, when I connected with you probably 4 or 5 months ago. I don't know how long it's been.
Yeah.
But man, I seen the growth. But you know what? The growth has come from your consistency. You show up. There's a lot of people that should be here right now. They just simply have decided not to show up. And because they decide not to show up, they're basically saying, I'm comfortable with where I'm at. But there's other people who are saying, hey, I'm uncomfortable where I'm at, and I am going to put myself in the position or an environment that's conducive to growth, and I'm going to connect with people that can help me get to where I want to go. Yeah. These are the people that are seeing themselves have explosive growth in their life because they're doing something that's uncommon to themselves. And when you do something that's uncommon, you get uncommon results. And in the other show that I talk about, we talk about uncommon wealth. Now we're talking about uncommon health. Now we're talking about uncommon happiness, because to be happy in this world is uncommon. That's why Mr. Beatles walking around the office, people asking him why you're smiling, because it's uncommon. That's why we're seeing someone go from being in the place of despair to a place of prosperity, because that's uncommon. Man,
it is. You're right. It is uncommon, and but the energy is so positive. It's so magnetic that, like Veda says, you just start attracting all of the things that you're becoming. You attract the things that you're desiring, and as long as you stay focused on that, they're going to be the distractions. They're going to be the challenges. They're going to be the 2x4s that drop. But remember that you're building a house. You're building a house. Mm-hmm. You're building a house, right? So wherever it is that you are in life, always keep that in mind. It's the big picture. You have to go back to the blueprint. When you don't feel like getting up in the morning, you got to go back to the blueprint. You got to go back to the stuff that we wrote down. You remember when we talked about designing your life? You know that there is this idea, this big picture. There's this thing that you want to do. There's this value you have to add. And there are going to be days that you don't quite feel like it. But those are the days that you go back to that's the day that you go back to your design, the day you go back to your blueprint, the day you say, man, I'm going to meditate for about 5-10 minutes more. I'm going to go to the gym for 30 to 45 minutes when I normally go for 20. But I'm going to do some things extra. I'm going to push myself, because it's in those moments that you truly get the stuff that you desire. But the positive energy is so magnetic, man. You can't help it. You can't help it.
And then also, Veda, again, I am just so proud of you, because you did something that was uncommon. You're dealing with all this stuff, and you say, you know what? I got this idea to put this show on, and I'm just gonna go do it. I've been connected to the Healthy Happy Show. Yeah. They told me to go do something uncommon and great, and I'm just gonna go do it. If it falls right on his face, if I don't sell any tickets, nobody comes, I'm going to create this thing. And guess what? It's sold out.
Yep.
Sold out.
Now, why is it sold out? I want everybody to understand this, man. Why is it sold out? Because she sold out to positivity. She sold out to being wealthy, healthy, and happy. She sold out. And she found that whatever it is that she's created has now been sold out. Man, I got a whole bunch from this. We got Be There, we got Uncommon, and now we got Sold Out.
Sold out.
What are you sold out for? Pat, go ahead, man. I'm sorry. This is just phenomenal stuff here.
Thanks, y'all.
No, we got no voice coming from you, Pat.
Any better?
Yeah, go ahead.
Better.
Well, like I said, we're coming close to our half hour, and I want everyone to take a note of today. Today's March 16th, right? It's Happy Veda Day.
Yeah,
Happy Veda Day. Happy Veda Day.
Have a Happy Veda Day.
Happy.
Yes, Happy Veda Day.
Veda Day.
Hey man, Happy Veda Day today, March
Happy
16th.
Veda Day.
Yes. Man, so my last words, man, guys. Mr. Beetle said it. We're building a house, and how do you build a house? First, you got to have the design. You got to take in your mind what's the design. You got to put that thing out, and it becomes a blueprint. What happens after that? You present that blueprint to people and say, "Hey, we like the way that this blueprint is. We want to build this house." You built the house up here first. You put it out on the paper, on the print. You became an architect. Now you hire people to become the builders. Design, architect, build. That's how you build whatever it is that you want to build in this world. Design, architect, build. Hey, last words for you people, Pat.
Happy Veda Day.
Happy Veda Day. Hey, Mr. Beatles, last words to sign us out today, sir.
Hey, make sure that today you have an idea, and that idea is so valuable that you have to get people that are like-minded. You have to get the architects of your life. You have to find those people, and I say that specifically because I'm finding those people on this show. We're finding these people that can help you to design and build your dream. You have to know that you can't do it by yourself. You can't do this thing alone. That's why we call it the wealthy, healthy, happy network, because there are people that are in your circle. There are people that are in your environment that are going to contribute to the idea that's up here. So design your idea, find your architects, go out there and build. Happy Veda Day. We are wealthy. We're healthy. We're happy. And we are out.